got money for? You know, we go down that track. But in reality, then we're not understanding the basic principle of the law of desire, and that is what I desire, I create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Is there any questions? If we come down there.
5 years ago, I was in New Orleans when Katrina blew in.
Yep.
And I was asking myself, what's my internal hurricane? And I discovered it a month later, that I had been embezzled.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I had to ask myself, what had been my initial intention for becoming involved with this investment? And I came up with, well, I thought it would give me freedom. The emotion that finally surfaced for me about the embezzler was that I'd been deceived.
Mm-hmm.
So then I asked myself, well, hang on, how have I deceived myself about how I get freedom?
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't through an investment.
Yeah. Yep.
As a result of that, I had to sell my house.
Yeah.
Can you help me with this?
I think you've answered pretty much most of your
okay.
questions.
If that's it, unravelled then. Okay. Well,
Yeah, like let's look at, here's the embezzler. His emotion is he wants to rip everyone off.
Yeah.
Right? In other words, he has an issue with money. Does he not?
Yeah.
If he wants to rip everyone else, he wants to have a quick buck, you know, thing. Here's you. What's your hook? Your hook into him is?
Easy money.
Yeah. Notice how it's very much the same as the embezzler's motive.
Yeah.
Easy money. Right. This is often the case, by the way. Our motive is often very much the same as the embezzler's motive, which causes the law of attraction. Right? So here I am, I want easy money, so I listen to his words, and there must be some other things playing too. He's a male, okay. So how did you come to hear about all this? Was it through the net, or was it personally?
Through friends.
Through friends, okay.
Who also
lost
went
money,
down the
of course.
same track.
Yeah, of course. So what caused them to investigate it all? Like, what was their motives? You see, it was probably all much the same, some easy money and so forth. You know what I mean? You can see how the law of attraction is just bringing all these people together for a big trigger about money and financial security and so forth. Okay. That obviously comes from inside of me an unhealed emotion that I can't create for myself. You needed somebody else to create for you. You had your own money, didn't you? Otherwise you wouldn't have had anything to invest, would you? So you had some of your own money, and you could have created something for yourself with that money. Could you not?
Yes.
But you decided that you couldn't.
Yeah.
So what's the emotion there? I don't know what I'm doing, I'm stupid when it comes to money.
Lack of faith in myself.
Lack of faith in myself. You can see, you can list quite a few, and you need to list quite a few. And what you do there is you go through that list and start working through those emotions one by one. Allow yourself to feel about all of those emotions as to why you didn't have any faith in yourself, why you didn't believe in yourself, why you felt you had to give someone else your money to create more. All of those things, because basically it all came from your hook, and that is that you believed inside of yourself that you weren't good enough to do it for yourself. And all that had someone come along, easy money, yep, give him some money. Well, he lost it all, and probably it's all somewhere in a offshore bank account somewhere, right? And every one of those people who were attracted to the easy money are now out of money, because every one of those persons had a true desire. So what was their true desire?
More money.
Now see, that's their intellectual desire. That's what they acted on. But the result is that they actually lost all their money. So what was their true desire?
To lose all their money.
To lose all their money. That's their true desire. Now, why would a person want to lose all their money? There've got to be some pretty big emotional reasons to want to lose all your money. Can you see that? There's got to be, doesn't there? All right, so it might be 1, I don't feel worthy of having any money. 2, it might be that I'm quite angry about money, and so therefore every time every time I think about money, I'm upset and angry and frustrated. That's going to reject money. 3, I might think money is evil and negative, bad.
That's an old message from my mother.
Yeah, and so forth. I might have been manipulated by money in the past, and now that I've got some, I feel manipulated by it. I feel controlled by it, so I want to get rid of it all again.
Could it be also from guilt from having pinched money as a child?
Very much so.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I put my hand up for that one.
Yeah, and how many children have pinched money as a child?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much all of us, right, have done that one. I did it once with my grandmother. I can remember I felt so guilty afterwards I had to go and own up and give it all back. But what I did was I went to a person and put all of the money in some plasticine that I had. Bad idea. It took me ages to get it back out again. It's like, anyway. But yeah, see, it's like, this is what we do, is we feel guilty. There's all sorts of emotions at play, right down to emotions regarding love of a parent, love of other people. You look at how many people in Australia are honoured if they have lots of money. Like, it's all right to have sort of some money in Australia, isn't it? But if you've got lots of money, it's a totally different thing, isn't it? There's a lot of negative connotations there in Australia generally. And by the way, in other countries it's even worse in many cases. So there's also even cultural and environmental factors that would cause us to want to reject money. How do all your friends act when you have plenty of money? There might be jealousy projected at you and you might be rejecting that. There might be the issue of feeling like, they want to bring you down, that projection that people have at you, and you feel terrible about that, so get rid of some money, that makes you feel better. And do you know what I mean? There's lots of emotional reasons why you'd want to do that. And the key is, again, to go back to what I'm creating, I really desired. And it's a very powerful thing to understand. What I'm creating, I really desired. Because if I understand that, I can look at all my creations and be really honest with myself about how they got to be. But if I neglect that, if I neglect what I created, and I just say, no, I didn't want to create that, don't be silly, right? If I say that to myself, I'm now neglecting the fact that I've got all these desires in me that created it. And do you know what the rest of my life's going to be like? It's going to create all those things I think I don't want, but actually I'm not being honest about. And remember, it's what you want at the soul level, which is at the emotional level. Not what your intellect is telling you want, but actually what you feel you want inside of yourself.